Okay. Hi, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Ah, that's what it was. I noticed when I was... hello, Sil, and hello, King of 46. Welcome to the Shark Stream. Welcome all to the Shark Stream. I hope you're all having a good night. So I noticed something... I recently put up the VOD for the Silent Hill Homecoming stream, as well as a, what's the word I'm looking for? A highlight reel for it. And I noticed that there were occasions where I wouldn't say anything, but the reactive image part of my model would move. And I thought to myself, well, that's a little odd. For a little peek behind the scenes, I use a very, very simple method of kind of like PNG tubing, where I don't have any sort of like separate program for animating my model, and the only part of the model that is like reactive to my voice is the head. But what I use is I use a very sort of like simple code for making it reactive to Discord. So whenever I want to start a stream, I have a Discord server that I run specifically for reactive images for like me and guests. I just go into the voice chat for that, and anytime that like my icon lights up, the head gets animated as part of that. And it uses like Streamer Kit, plugins, and things like that. But something that I've noticed after a while is that like Discord was picking up on things that weren't my voice and making those sounds go through. It got particularly egregious whenever like I would be using a controller and like it would pick up on like the button presses and the movement of the control stick. Discord has a noise suppression system called Crisp that I don't know if it's still technically... Is it still technically in beta? I guess not. But it's basically something to sort of like weed out just like stuff like that, stuff like, you know, Discord picking up like me pushing the buttons on my controller and things like that. And before I started using it, the PNG tuber, the reactive part of it would animate when whenever it would pick up on those sounds. And then I started using the noise suppression thing that Discord offers for voice calls, and now it only picks up my voice. It does sometimes like cut out whenever I make like a particularly loud noise or a high-pitched noise, or I start singing, and it kind of assumes that it's noise. But you know, I'm willing to take that so long as like the head doesn't fucking move whenever I like move my chair around, you know? But yeah, it's Wednesday. It's the first Wednesday of the new year, and it's the first NieR stream of the new year. Oh. Moose, what's going on? When we last left off, we did a bunch of side quests so that I wouldn't have to do them on like further runs. And we got all the way up to the top of the the Lost Shrine, and then went all the way back down, which again is very funny to me that the game goes like, hey, this is the end of the game, you're not going to be able to turn back, and then one of the first things that it does is it gives you an option to turn back. I've always found that very funny, but today we are going to be getting our first ending, which, if you're not familiar with how NieR works, There are 4 endings in the original release of NieR Gestalt and Replicant. There is, and it's just A through D. The remake of Replicant adds an ending E, which is based on a short story published in Grimoire NieR, which I might read that version when we're done with this playthrough, just kind of as part of this playthrough. But I don't know yet. I might make that a fun little Shark Stream book club bonus stream for NieR. I think that would be neat. Lost my train of thought. I need to start drinking my energy drink. Hold on. See, if I hadn't had the noise suppression on Discord on, it would have assumed I was talking. I don't know how those algorithms work, but that'd be interesting to find out. I assume it's like wavelengths and shit. So today what we're going to be going for is ending A. Now, the progression of the story in routes A and B are very different. Not like super different, but there's elements in Route B that you don't get in Route A. I don't know if Route C in the original version has any differences. I know there's differences in the Replicant version. And that's why we had done like full playthroughs of those routes. I don't know if I'm going to do a Route C playthrough on stream for Gestalt, just because I don't know if there's any sort of like nominal difference. Or maybe I'll just do it just to fucking, like, I like this game. Maybe I just want to fucking play it, you know? On Route B, I'm gonna be getting the fucking, whatchamacallums, the goddamn World with a Recycled Vessel weapons. Maybe I want to do like a full playthrough of the back half of the game with one of those, you know? I don't, like, fucking, just, whatever, you know, whatever, you know, whatever, you know, whatever, you know, whatever. Anyway. Gaming news. Mostly layoff stuff, if we're being honest. Layoffs still happening because AAA gaming is unsustainable. Again, I think about the report about like how much first-party Sony games from like Insomniac titles cost based on like the leak that happened recently, and I just remember like those numbers aren't surprising, but it does reflect a entirely unsustainable like business model, like it's chasing the AAA aesthetic like to greater and greater heights, and it's just like, what is the end goal of this? Where does this stop, you know? Shorter games, worse graphics, made by people who are paid more to work less, etc., so on and so forth. You know how it goes at this point. Let's go ahead and get started. Oh, I gotta mute my TV. Hold up. And I gotta unmute the stream. And I have to turn my model on. Whoop. Oop. There we go. All rise for the national anthem.
Vice, you dumbass! Start making sense, you rotten book, or you're gonna be sorry. Maybe I'll rip your pages out one by one, or maybe I'll put you in the goddamn furnace. How can someone with such a big smart brain get hypnotized like a little bitch, huh? Oh, Shadow Lord, I love you, Shadow Lord. Come over here and give Vice a big sloppy kiss, Shadow Lord. Now pull your head out of your goddamn ass and start fucking helping us!
Poetry. Anyway. Oh, I suppose one thing that I can talk about is the Steam like Users Choice Awards results were published recently, and they're all terrible. Gamers should not be trusted with awarding games for their accomplishments. Under any circumstances. What is her problem? Well, Vice was being tempted by the Shadow Lord. That was the problem. Naughty Dog is ditching their live service game in favor of single-player games. There's that. That's pretty nice. I can only imagine what that ended up like, and I'm probably not far off. Well, let me see if I can pull it up. 1 second. Someone I follow definitely tweeted about it. It was a lot of absolute not. Was it Casey Explosion? I think Casey Explosion was looking at it. And yes, it's Daddy because we're a dad. You want to take a guess? Go ahead, take a guess. While I'm looking it up, take a guess. J.K. Rowling game most innovative. No. Not most innovative, but it was up there as something that won an award, I remember. I don't remember specifically what it was. COD Modern Warfare 3, best ongoing series. I don't see... Well, okay. Let me run you through the winners of the 2023 Steam Awards. Game of the Year was Baldur's Gate 3. Nothing wrong there. VR Game of the Year is something called Labyrinthine, which I'm not familiar with because I don't really... Who's this fucking guy? Sir, can I help you? Sir? We're just gonna ignore him. Labor of Love, Red Dead Redemption 2. A game that, as I understand it, hasn't received updates for months, maybe? Maybe a year? I don't know. No, that's what I'm calling you. P.S. Sorry. Yeah, go for it. Better with Friends, Lethal Company. Fine. Okay. Outstanding Visual Style, Atomic Heart. And by outstanding visual style, I can only assume that what they mean is most porn made of its iconic female characters. Which I still don't think Atomic Heart would really win. I feel like Overwatch has that on lock. Still, somehow. The only thing keeping Overwatch relevant in the modern day is people making porn of the female characters in that game. That's it. If we're being realistic. This is one of the comical ones. Most innovative gameplay. Starfield. First said, hello, sorry for bothering you. I want to offer promotion of your channel. Viewers follow, blah, blah, blah. No, thank you. And block. Or ban. Get out of here. Best game you suck at. Sifu. I guess. I'm going to skip best soundtrack real quick. We're going to come back to that. Outstanding story-rich game, Baldur's Gate 3. Again, fine. Sit back and relax is Dave the Diver, which I haven't played Dave the Diver, so I don't really have a whole lot of opinions on that. Sifu's not that bad. Sifu's not that bad. I haven't played Sifu. I don't have an opinion on it. Best soundtrack is The Last of Us Part 1. Which it's not even like the newest game. It's the remaster of the first game. We're talking about best soundtrack. Listen, best soundtrack in a year when fucking Hi-Fi Rush came out, going to anything else is comical. Even more so when it's fucking Last of Us Part 1. I feel like we need to place Neil Druckmann as under house arrest. I'm just saying. Just kind of in general. Not for anything in particular. Just kind of in general. I think maybe he shouldn't, like... I think maybe he shouldn't be allowed to do. You know? That's as far as I'm willing to go with that. I don't know. It's just like... Can I help you, sir? More and more of our sons and daughters go out hunting and never return. What are we supposed to do? Fuck if I know. I'm gonna go save my daughter. Call the lamb is what I thought it was, just in case this happens again. It's just like, I don't even hate The Last of Us. But it's just like... It's become such an obnoxious, like, presence in gaming. There are 2 Last of Us games. 2 of them. And yet, it's just like... We got The Last of Us, we got The Last of Us Remastered, we got The Last of Us 2, we got The Last of Us Part 2, we got The Last of Us Part 1, and I guess we're getting a remastered edition of Last of Us Part 2. It's just like, are you guys gonna make another game? Maybe? Hello, Lucas. Then we got the TV show, and it's just like... Anyways. One of the best tracks in the game. What was that? Health Salve? Bye. The name of the game, haha, is producing a single game and milking it for 10 years. That's how you go about it, I guess. I got a series about it. Can't wait for The Last of Us, the movie, Part 1. Can't wait for The Last of Us prequel, The First of Us. The fact that there hasn't been that yet, I feel like is a failure of the game designer. What do I have for magic right now? Yeah, no, I figured. Boop. Damn it, Neil. Just wait until we get The Last of Us, the series remastered. That's when we're gonna get that when we get like 8K TVs. They're gonna be like, guess what, everyone? We've remastered The Last of Us HBO series for 8K resolution. NieR Replicant did not win the poll. Castlevania 4 did. Damn. Tragic. And part 2, The Worst of Us. Whoop. Die. So I don't think we're gonna get any like additional dialogue during this run since we've already done all this once the first time through. So really, it's just like on the last stream rather. Ah, one of the best tracks in the game. Come on, guys. I know we're all, like, super powerful badasses, but could you let me kill something, maybe? When half the community are parents, I guess 20 to 30 hour games have the odds against them. Spider-Man 2 did actually win Game of the Year from Sony's award show. Cue the Obama giving Obama a medal JPEG. Part 3, the I don't care anymore of us. Last was part 3, no more of us. The Last of Us Part 3, do you still care? Please? The Last of Us Part 3, we made this one specifically so we could make more seasons of the TV show. I say that as a joke, but that sort of thing actually does happen. Like, what's a good example? Hannibal. So you may know Hannibal as either, depending on like how media literate you are, you may know the character of Hannibal as either like a movie character, a TV character, or a book character, I suppose. Like, I feel like most people these days know him as either a movie or a TV character. But there were 3 books in that series written: Red Dragon, Silence of the Lambs, and Hannibal. Damn. And each one of them also had like a movie based on them. Red Dragon, in fact, had 2. I think the first one was called Manhunter. But it starred the dude who played Gil Grissom in CSI, which I think is pretty neat. I haven't seen it yet. Saw people complaining about Alan Wake 2 being worshipped by the press and critics, but I'm like, Remedy has been long overdue for some recognition. Let them worship. Yeah, man. Season 2 of the TV show has really brought out the Hypocrisy Squad. Gamers spent all their time complaining about how hot, I mean, not feminine, completely masculine Abby is, but now they're complaining about the person they cast doesn't have the right body type. Emma Rosen was also written in 2006, I think, after the movie. Correction, the movie was out in 2007. Well, that's actually what I'm getting to. Bear with me. So, so there were 2 movies for Red Dragon. There was the Silence of the Lambs movie. Silence of the Lambs was actually the first one. And depending on who you ask, it's the only one that's good. Though people generally like the Red Dragon movie, I think. The one with Edward Norton, at least. I liked it. I thought it was fine. But I do know that the movie Hannibal is generally not regarded particularly well. So, sometime years down the line, the... God, what's his name? Dino De Laurentiis, the guy who owns the production company that owns the license to Hannibal as a film and TV character, is just yo, Hannibal author whose name I don't remember. He didn't say that. That's me saying that. I need you to write me a Hannibal origin story that we can turn into a movie. And the author was just like, I don't want to do that. And Dino De Laurentiis was just like, well, if you don't do it, we're going to get somebody else to do it. And Thomas Harris, thank you. Thomas Harris was just like, fine. So he kind of just threw Hannibal Rising out there as just here you go, here's the book. And then they turned it into a movie. The movie is not regarded well, as I understand it. Though I have heard that the actor that plays the young Hannibal Lecter apparently isn't too bad, but I haven't seen it, so... The only movie in this particular series that I've actually seen is the Sir Anthony Hopkins Red Dragon. I do want to see the others at some point. I also want to watch... God, what the fuck is the other TV show they made? The one that's not the good one. Clarice or something? Was it just Clarice? Or was it... I think it was. That one's not very good, from what I understand. But I haven't watched it. So, you know, who can say? Maybe it's secretly brilliant, and critics just don't know what they're talking about. I feel like that's a sentiment I see a lot recently. I feel like people are just afraid to like things that aren't good these days. Okay, I understand the desire to be just whether or not something is good is objective or subjective. You can't say that something is objectively bad or objectively good. And it's just I don't know that I 100% agree with that. I agree that I agree that whether or not a person enjoys something is subjective. But I don't think that necessarily means it's just yes, because you like it, it means it's good. And I think people maybe need to be a little bit kinder to themselves about liking things that are bad. For example, I recognize that stuff like Van Helsing is not a good movie. It has a lot of issues. Guess what? I really like Van Helsing a lot. I really enjoy that movie. And it's only partially because there's hot wolfmen in it. It's a shame because Hannibal Rising is my favorite. He's great. He's great in it. Gaspard Ulliel. It's a lot more violent than the other Hannibal movies, which might be it. A friend of mine really likes the Underworld. She's wrong, and that's fine. Wait, the Underworld movies with Kate Beckinsale? I watched most of those recently, and genuinely had a fun time with that. Okay, real talk, Rise of the Lycans fucking slaps. The idea of making a prequel movie where the bad guy from the original film is the protagonist, and you don't really do anything to, like, kind of disavow the idea that, like, yeah, this, like, everything depicted in Rise of the Lycans is exactly how they describe it happening in the first Underworld movie. Like, there's a bit of, like, obviously the first The Underworld movie has, like, a bit of, like, plot twists, like, oh, this is what really happened. But, like, no, they portray everything exactly how it's described as happening. And I think that's fucking fascinating. Never seen it. Is it a USA thing? The Underworld movies? I think so. I'm pretty sure. I assume that it's available anywhere, that fine movies are available to watch. It's not like a major tentpole of American cinema or anything. Like, it occupies the same space culturally as, like, the Resident Evil movies with Mila Jovovich. To the point that they almost did, like, a crossover. Like, the idea came up. I think too many people don't understand the importance of knowing where a critic comes from these days. The disdain I saw for critics because of the Mario movie was a bit stupid, in my opinion. Yeah, that's the sort of thing that I'm fucking talking about, where people just like, oh, critics just don't know what people want anymore. It's just like, no, that's not the point of a critic. Also, the Mario movie is a bad movie. It's fine to admit that. It's okay to admit that you enjoyed a bad movie. I might try and find it. Yeah, go for it. Here we go. I thought there would be like something for me to select to move on. I didn't expect it to just be like, yeah, you're in there now. I suppose since I've done all this already, it's probably just like, look, we need to get moving here. Please just continue forward. I think the only one that I haven't seen yet is Blood Wars, which is the most recent one. But I've seen all the others.
It's the twins from your village.
This is still Route A. But I already ran through here last stream doing side quests, and going up to this point and being like, yeah, I want to go back to the village is the quickest way to get back down to the village so that I could complete the side quests.
Hopola, Devila, what are you doing here?
Hey, any chance you'll just go back to the village? This is a very dangerous place. Even if you can find Yona here, you probably can't get her out.
I got a bunch of stuff, like, blocking my fucking arms. I need a second. One moment. I'm gonna have to grind a lot in the junk heap.
How did you get here?
Ain't that just the way?
Shh. We're asking questions right now.
I'm here to rescue Yona.
No dice, huh? Well, I guess we don't have a choice. No, I suppose not. How sad.
I wonder if I'm, like, over-leveled and, like, over-upgraded for this fight.
We didn't want to fight you. It's true. We didn't want to.
Devila, what's happening?
Sorry. This is our fate. We never thought you'd grow to be this powerful.
This is madness. Why do you block our path?
You have no cause to speak so with us, Grimoire Weiss. You are a traitor.
A traitor? Okay, they're invincible, which means... funny cutscene.
What now?
shit on a shingle. They can use the sealed verses.
Of course we can. The power came from us in the first place. We simply loaned you a small portion of it.
Guys, are you alright?
Devil, Popola, why are you doing this? Why are you siding with the Shades?
Okay. Are we done? We might be done? Yeah, we're done.
Why?
The answer to every riddle lies within the heart of the Shadow Lord.
The fuck does that mean?
You've been on his side this whole time?
You must search for that answer yourself. You've got to face your own truth now. Please, enter the Shadow Lord's castle.
Ah, Fushigi. These two assholes. I hope they don't appear in the sequel. Yeah, wouldn't that be fucked up and weird?
Devila and Popola are fighting us.
Yes, they do seem to be putting us through a great deal of
You all right there?
How odd. For long years, my mind and tongue have been my greatest assets.
Yeah, my tongue's my greatest asset too.
But now
Ha-cha-cha,
the
anyway.
latter seems to be here.
Weiss?
Don't look at me like that. I am Grimoire Weiss. I am perfectly
Let's go ahead and help us out. Alright. Replicant added like a really nice like filter to Vice's voice when he's kind of like fucking up like this
I think I hear a waltz.
that I'm kind of missing at this point. Like, I'm a little sad it's not there. I knew something felt off. Yeah. They didn't have that in this version. Good news, Syl. I'm an asshole appears in the sequel. Hello, Cal.
It certainly is a grand affair.
Just
Ghosts.
dancing bastards.
They're
Whoa.
all Shades.
Ah, beans.
Oh, how utterly
Oh my god, I'm over leveled. Oh, it's Zarkin. Experience rate plus 30. Alright, hold up. I'm not really worried about item drop rate right now. So let's go ahead and swap to experience rate. Wow, this music is fantastic. Is music screwed up or is your OBS music overlapping two streams? No, that's just what it sounds like.
Not dead.
It's not like I was planning to leave.
Yeah, it's a bit late for that.
Oh my god, I'm so busted. This is my first... This is Route A and I'm this fucking broken. That's hilarious. I love video games. Ulula. Armor break. There we go. Now the waltz music is done. Ooh, leather boots. Got a closed book. Got a stank dot. Leather boots. No, hold up. Ow! Oh, we got closed book. Broken wristwatch. Ow. Rude. closed book? Spirit capsule? Oh, flying man. Ooh, metal piercing.
Damn it! They won't stop coming.
I'll open the next door. Cover me.
Oh, how do you love a good dad?
Knock it off, Spice.
Oh, right. Protect the hussy, yes? Good plan, let's go.
Hodulov. And where'd that guy go? Hey, hey, get.
Protect Kaine for us.
Damn. Huh. Damn it.
Door. Come on. Oh, come on.
Kaine, hurry!
Got him.
It's not open yet?
Do
Health
I look like
salve.
a goddamn locksmith to you?
Yes. I have no idea what a locksmith is supposed to look like in this.
Oh, you idiot, what are you doing?
Lock doesn't want to open? Fine. I'll just break it down.
Oh, she's kicking it.
Goddamn no good bullshit bastard! Come on! Ugh. Got it.
Kaine, look out!
Kaine, sometimes I worry that you're just kind of saying things simply to say things. Put some effort in. Oh. Ah, the orbs.
Are they crying or laughing?
These things are freaking me out.
We need to help Kaine.
Kaine, what's wrong?
We need to help Kaine.
I'm working on it. I wanted to, like, get more magic. Cut me
You
some
okay?
slack.
Yeah, but we got problems.
Ah. Peeg. I would like to switch to Darklands.
We don't need forgiveness, asshole.
Oh. I love Route A still peppering in, like, little things where it's just like Kaine's responding to things that, like, NieR and Emil can't hear.
How should I know?
Kaine, are you all right?
Fine. Just kill some shit and move on, alright?
Got it.
Uh-oh, it's Stinky. Hey, yeah, what's up? Oh, another one. But with, like, metal strips stapled to it. That's bad. Whoop. It's locked. Oh, I'm alright.
Can we even hurt this thing?
I'm going to try.
Oh no!
This fight is an absolute bore. I get it.
Damn it.
Stay focused, Kaine.
No! Don't fall victim to such distractions!
Come on! We have to keep going!
Move it!
Hold on. Think fast, Chuckle Nuts.
This way! Move!
Hello. Ooh, Dragoon Lance. How am I doing on weapons? I've got 100%. I have every weapon in the game now. Congratulations to me.
Up
All right.
here!
How can we deal with this thing?
Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. I don't like have a full-on sprint in this game like I do in Replicant. Health salve. I'm worried. Oh. Okay. Hey, how's that door coming along?
Damn it, I can't get it open!
Attack incoming!
Oh shit! I was
Strike the
taking a
beast while it's
dink!
down.
I was dinking my energy drink! I am completely making a mockery of language and sentence structure.
Entrance is locked too!
It seems that we're in a bit of a predicament.
Stuck between a rock and a hog place.
No!
It's not funny. That's a bad joke. Don't laugh at that. How dare you hydrate? It's an energy drink. Who's hydrating? I do have water, in case anybody's worried. I have been dinking my oiter. In fact, I will dink some oiter right now while we're in this cutscene. Elysius. It's the Men of the Mask. I'm surprised this one gave you so much trouble. Unseal the exit. Let our friends through. People of the Mask owe you a great debt. Think fast, Chuckle Nuts. And now is the time to repay it. Hey guys, loosen up.
How did you get here?
My citizens were speaking of your latest adventure. This is the castle of the Shadow Lord, is it not?
You are correct.
Then we have a common enemy. We'll hold this one off. Please keep moving. Think fast, Chuckle Nuts.
But
We are the people of the Mask.
don't talk!
We will stand our ground until our last breath. I swore it upon Fear's grave. I swore to become a good and just ruler, a king who would protect others from the shades. Think fast, Chuckle Nuts. Now go rescue the one you hold most dear. Were they just sitting and waiting for us? No, it took them a while to get here, okay? They had to come all the way from the desert. We'll meet again, you and I, once all of this is over. See you around. He has a name. I'm forgetting what it is all of a sudden.
Open the door! You can't fight them on your own!
It's alright. You have to keep going, defeat the Shadow Lord, and get your daughter back. You must once again know the joy of having one you love by your side. Now then. Say, how many rules are there about what to shout before dying in battle? 88, my liege. Amazing! How do you remember all these things? Do not despair, my liege. We are with you. I know. Let's try this again. By the honor of the mask. For the honor of our king. For the honor of our queen.
Open the damn door!
Come on. Let's go.
Damn, okay.
He's fighting for you. And for Fira. Don't let him die for nothing.
No, yeah, you know, since you put it that way. Firstborn, now the most deer? So many deer. I'm sure he'll be fine. Like, we're gonna get out of here, and he's gonna be, like, hanging out by the entrance, just like, hey, what took you so long? And then we're gonna laugh and hug. And that's gonna be it. At least 92 deer, but not enough deer to nail to the front of a church door. Stank capsule. Oh, bright. Those are some big chairs. This room is very large.
Devila! Popola!
Oh, look. You made it.
I did.
We've been waiting for so long.
What the hell is going on?
It began 1300 years ago.
Damn, that's a long time.
Humanity, finding itself on the brink of extinction, undertook a last-ditch rescue plan called Project Gestalt.
Where did I put my phone? Oh, it's right here.
Gestalt?
Do you still not remember, Grimoire Weiss? Then let's give you a refresher.
Obtained Project Gestalt documents.
Vice!
Yeah, same.
My mind. I remember. Devila, Popola, you are not human. In fact. Oh no.
Yeah, sometimes the truth can be a real bitch. You want to finish that thought for him, sister? All of us, every person standing in this room, are mere shells created by the true humans.
You lie.
Nope, not this time. You're not human. None of us are.
So then humans, I mean the true humans, they're extinct?
Well, I mean, technically, Emil is a true human. He's the only one here who is. Otherwise.
No, they still live on. You know them as shades.
Uh-oh.
Each shade is a twisted remnant of what was once a human being.
Uh-oh.
Crazy, huh? Now let's skip the part where you stand there with your mouths agape and just get down to business.
Wait. Wait.
Sorry, but we're gonna be needing that shell of yours. The rightful owner has been waiting for a very long time. Please don't be angry with us. We are only doing our duty.
I don't know, I'm pretty upset about all this.
Under the command of the true humans, we live eternally for the sole purpose of controlling others. That's the only reason we exist. You have your own motives, your own desires. And we have ours. I fear it really is just that simple.
Damn, okay.
Don't speak such foolish mess.
Sorry.
Oh, well, you know, apology accepted. Oh, I'm in trouble.
You're the same. You and us, tools in the hands of the master.
I'm nothing like you.
I don't want to
None of
be a
us are.
tool in the hands of the master. Hold up. Imagine if they were going through their exposition and then between flashing imagery kind of just drops kicks both of them. Sam. I think her voice actor held out on the very for long enough. I do love their little half cloaks. She really called you a tool, Mao. Be your own tool. Be your own master. By the way, hold up. Ah! Anyway. We need to read the Project Gestalt stuff. Confidential, Project Gestalt. Project Gestalt Report 0923. As noted in the previous report, implementation of Gestalt mode can prevent the white chlorination syndrome we recently experienced. Transfer of bodily information to civilization repressed replicants is proceeding as planned, with the genes of the originals safely stored inside. Our role as surveillance androids to prepare for when the incurable bacterial disease eventually dies out is also underway. So far, this is proceeding without issue. Observer 021, codename Popola. Project Gestalt Report 9182. I got my neck. Hold on. This document discusses potential strategies for the relapse cases we have observed in recent years. The term relapse, of course, refers to the catastrophic loss of sentience seen in certain gestalts. This syndrome has defied even our most pessimistic initial estimates and continues to trend upward with disturbing speed. With some relapse gestalts beginning to attack replicants, there's an urgent need to take comprehensive action. We remain convinced that an unknown technological defect in the gestalt transformation process is responsible for the condition, but so far have been unable to confirm this theory. Research of this condition is now our top priority and looks likely to continue for some time. Observer 022, codename Devila. Project Gestalt Report 10432, shorthand minutes of Case 23 Emergency Response Conference Committee Special Meeting. Issue, observed upward trend in relapses noted and discussed. Issue, acceleration of restoration schedule approved. Report, debate over using codename NieR for human restoration schedule. Report, preparations to launch Vice decoding system for above. Report, order collection of guidance and release code for Daddy alongside Vice launch. Observer 021, codename Popola. Observer 022, codename Devila. And look, there's Grimoire Rubrim as well. Project Gestalt Report 11242. We have determined that the rise of relapses was due to an unexpected spike in the sentience of replicants, as well as a genetic instability within the original Gestalt. It seems the original's effect on bodies that have undergone the Gestalt process was not anticipated in advance. Immediate action must be undertaken to identify the links between this trend and the original Gestalt, along with its daughter, the relapse case known as Yona. The observer contact group is growing uneasy, so finding a solution to to the relapse issue should be considered a top priority. See other reports for more details. Observer 021, codename Popola. Anyway. Ooh, we get the fucking good-ass Song of the Ancients remix. Hey, wait. Hey, hold up. No, stop that. Let me fucking, ow. That's mean. Release the daddy. Daddy unleashed.
Devila? Devila! Hey, Popola. You crying? Don't die! You know, I understand now why we're twins. It's because we were born without souls. Devila, I can't stop the bleeding. Oh God, I can't stop it. This world is too lonely for one without a soul. There's too much emptiness. Our souls are missing, but our tears still work. That's kind of weird. Sorry, sis. I love you. Devila! Devila! Don't you go! No, no, I can't be alone! Devila!
Do you feel good about this? I don't feel good about this.
Popola. Let's stop this now.
Stop. Stop. You want me to stop? You think I have the luxury to stop? You cut down my sister like an animal, and you tell me to stop?
Popola, wait! It doesn't have to.
No one stops! It's way too late to stop! No one stops!
You seem mad. Popola, are you angry with me? Whoa.
Popola, we've been friends for so long. Does that mean nothing to you?
Ah, whoa.
Those two have watched the world wither for time immemorial. The cruelness of such a fate is difficult to imagine.
I don't want to do this. I don't want to fight Popola.
Stop whining and start fighting! It's the only way!
I'm sensing some hostility.
Devila, no.
I mean, Devil has stopped. Does it change if you kill Popola first? I don't think you can. Because Popola's up on the stage, and I don't think you can actually
Ever.
damage her.
The bridge!
Blast, we're trapped.
I've got an idea.
It fucks me up how Dad NieR looks worse in the pre-rendered cutscenes.
I fear we're done for.
I genuinely love Popola's evil
It'll
cackle.
be all right. You know, when I was young, I hated my eyes. And now that I'm older, I hate what my body has become. But there's something else there now. Something like pride. You know? I mean, without all this, I couldn't have become your friend. Goodbye, my friends. Thank you for everything.
You're welcome, my strange skeletal child.
For so long, all I could do was destroy. But now, I have a chance to save something.
No!
Keep going. Move.
Emil.
Don't worry. I'm gonna be fine.
Yeah, he's gonna be alright. Don't worry about it.
Emil! Emil!
Bonk.
Emil! You jackass, get back here! Emil!
Oh dear. Kaine's so unstable. And Vice can't stop arguing with people. hope they can hold it together once I'm gone. Well, I guess they'll just have to learn.
I still can't tell if he actually says the name somehow.
See you again. I want to see
I feel like it's just unclear enough that it could almost.
one more time.
I do wish for Daddy in my last moments.
I'm scared. I don't want to. Die.
I think all of that, like, melodrama, and then just the very next sound you hear is Popola screaming as she gets immediately vaporized, is the funniest fucking thing in the world to me. I was ready for a meal staff to make the metal pipe noise. NieR replicant PC mod where everything's the same except it makes that sound. Sure, man. You said it.
Let's go.
That's the closest we'll get to a love scene in this entire game.
Sure.
They basically just made out in front of us, if you really think about it. Better love scene than Twilight. I mean, you don't have to try that hard. The only way to be worse is if you were 50 Shades of Grey. Anyway. I can say that from experience because I watched both movie series. Huh? Oh, beans! Wait, no, I don't want to use that. Pahula. Ooh, attack power! Oh, well. Okay, thanks, Kane. I want you to know that I have 2 streams up, and the other one is playing random Germa clips to the TV in Lethal Company. So on top of the incredibly sad and dramatic scene, I hear Germa in the other ear. This is ending J. Oh! Ah! Bleh! Bleh! What hit me there? A closed book! A closed book! A closed book! Oh, hell. Oh. That's it. That was actually really funny. Whee! I'm having so much fun! I just got back, like, all of my fucking magic ability. Woo! It's very sad, though, because those were all original humans. Rip in peace. Hi, Yona.
Yona.
It's okay, they were fascists before they died. Don't say that. Damn, my Gestalt looks good as hell.
I'll kill you.
Strike hard. Hold nothing back.
Ow. Fucking book. Ow.
How could a mere tool hope to stand against the Shadow Lord?
Don't speak in such a manner, fool. I am nothing like you.
Woohoo!
Strike it when it has stopped. It's coming.
Ow.
No, impossible!
Owies, paper cut.
You too.
Goopy daddy. God damn it, Grimoire Vesker? Haha, I'm interrupting your attacks, idiot.
Wait.
Announcing it Vesker makes Wesker's whole thing infinitely worse. You're right. Yona! Well, look who's decided to wake up.
Dad.
Dorter.
Yona.
Well, that's awkward.
What?
Dad. Stop. Please.
I don't want this anymore. I don't need someone else's body. I don't want it. There's another girl inside this body. I can hear her. She keeps crying. She says she wants to see her dad.
Yona's been possessed?
This girl loves her father too, as much as I do. She loves him just as much. It's not right that she can't see him. Are you Dad?
Yeah.
Yes, I am. Let's go home.
He seems upset about something.
I'm sorry, Dad. I don't know what to... I'm so very sorry. I love you, Dad. I love you.
Hurry! The shade that possessed her is gone.
Are you mad at me?
Watch over Yona for me. You want me to understand your sadness?
He seems mad.
You think I'm gonna sympathize with you?
Nope.
I swore to protect my daughter and my friends. If someone puts them in danger, they must stand aside or be cut down. Come on, let's go.
Ow, fuck, ow, shit, ow, fuck. Ow. Oh no, I'm too busted. I think this whole thing is a bit of an overreaction. On whose part?
Oh, brother. One moment, please.
Oh yeah,
Okay?
take your time.
Fine, just fine. All right, no, I'm not.
Vice.
I fucking love that line,
Some
Reed.
headstrong idiot has decided to push me beyond my limits. I should have taken that job as a cookbook when I had the chance.
Vice, I'm sorry.
Only joking. I hate cookbooks.
I love this shitty book. He's so good.
Let's go out of the way. I have one final task to fulfill.
Where are you going?
Why, to stop him, of course. But after that, it's up to you. Only you can see this battle to its conclusion. I wish you luck, my friend.
You can't. I swore to fight by your side.
You are an exceedingly stubborn man. You know that, don't you? Perhaps that's why I've so enjoyed our time together. But I fear this is where our journey ends.
Vice!
Oh, and remember what I told you about using my full name? Well, forget it. I've grown rather fond of Vice.
Vice. I knew you'd come around.
Don't let it go to your head now.
I'm okay, I'm okay. Alright, no, I'm not. I want that soundbite. Maybe the next time around. Grimoire Weiss has lost all of his powers. He also is just not here anymore. Oh, beans. Whoop. Ow. Whoa.
I have a reason
Ah.
to live.
Whoa. What? What? Haha. Ow.
You.
I'm alright. Ow. Okay. 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 Oop. Ah, shit. Huh. Haha. Ooh. The way that the music just devolves into a music box as you take him out bit by bit is really good. I am getting my fucking shit wrecked, though. Big sword! I cast spell of large sword. I did it. Alright. Bye, everybody. I'm gonna head back down. You guys catch up. I'm real tired. I want to go to bed. No, I'm kidding.
Yona, are you alright?
I'm really happy that a lot of this stuff is like towards the end here is voiced, especially because I'm gonna need to get into more text adventure shit once we start Route B.
Oh God, no.
Oh, please, the girl is fine.
Weiss? Where are you? I can't see you.
That is because I have lost my physical form. Doubtless my voice will be the next to go, so listen closely. Your Yona is safe. Do not mourn her, and do not give up hope. Instead, you must call her back to you.
How do I do that?
Use your memories. Recall the times you spent with Yona. Present her with proof that the two of you live still, and that your lives have meaning.
I don't know.
Is Yona safe, but what about the others? Well, we know that Shade Yona dissolved in the sun, so... I mean, like... batting 500.
Typical. But take heart. I know you can do it.
What's my favorite food? Cookies. What's my favorite book? That's my magic storybook.
Yeah, the other Yona ain't exactly making it to the credits. She's not like other girls. She's dead, anyway.
What's my favorite place?
God.
Home, as long as you're around. What's my favorite flower? The lunar tear, of course. Okay, one more question. Who do I love more than anyone?
Gage, I hate to break it to you, but Dead is exactly like the other girls. Who do I love more than anyone? Daddy.
Dad?
Hi, Yona.
Yona.
You look like shit.
Is this my body?
Yes, yours, and yours alone.
You look stronger than before. You look good.
Well, you haven't seen me for a long time.
She's saying that in the tone of voice of someone
I
just
been
trying to be nice.
Asleep?
I think so.
Wow. It's like I'm a princess from some fairy tale.
I'm so happy, Yona. I'm so very happy.
Oh, Dad.
Kaine?
You two have a good life. Okay?
Where are you gonna go, Kaine?
Oh,
You could stay with us.
thanks, but I'll pass. You know how it is. I got my own shit to take care of.
What do you mean?
Personal shit. That doesn't involve you. Take it easy, alright?
Kaine.
Dad, look.
Don't worry about that right now.
It's beautiful. For the longest time, someone kept calling out to me, wanting to see the light. And now, we can finally see it.
I'm sure it'll be brought up in the other endings. Don't worry about it, Daddy. We did it. We defeated the original Gestalt. Don't worry about what effect that will have on anything. Don't worry about... Stop worrying about it. Don't worry about it. Stop.
Thanks, Dad. It's so sunny today.
Yeah. It sure is.
So... This obviously has, like, a few flags indicating that it takes place in the past. NieR doesn't have his eye patch. Yona's design is the one from, like, the first half of the game. But if you're playing the Gestalt version, NieR's appearance isn't hugely different between the front and back halves of the game, like it is in Replicant. And you haven't been with the grown-up version of Yona for long enough to, like, kind of internalize her design. So you'd probably be forgiven for thinking that that scene takes place after they get out of the Lost Shrine. It doesn't, of course. Because of reasons we're going to find out about on future playthroughs. Anyways, that's Route A. We did it. And now we get to see the credits that are in alphabetical order for some reason. I got some Cheetos here. David Ribs. Motherfucker really likes ribs. Maybe. I don't actually know. His name is Ribs. Guitar just want to make everything weird, including the credits. Makes sense.
Strive till the phantoms are broken. Fight till the battle is done.
So,
The squadrons of
weirdest fucking thing. about the VOD for the Silent Hill Homecoming stream. It got copyright claimed. And the copyright claim was clearly because of some of the actual in-game music tracks. But for whatever reason, it won't tell me the specific songs it's copyright claiming. Like, it shows me where they're at, but doesn't give me, like, their name or anything. And it ends up partially blocked in a few countries. No, like, big countries. It's a lot of, like, I want to say, like, I think they're, like, Southeast Asian island countries. But it's just, like, you know, I don't like the idea of my stuff being blocked anywhere. So I figure, okay, I'll just go ahead and submit disputes on these. So I gotta wait, like, at most 30 days to find out if that block's gonna be taken off the video. These are... I've actually gotten these sorts of blocks taken off before on Silent Hill Homecoming streams. So I'm pretty confident that it'll be fine. Alright, we're in the O's.
Deceit, imprisoned in twisting spells, are we the plaything of fiends, or merely
One of the best songs in the game,
dreams that
by the way.
we're telling ourselves, telling our stories of danger, fearless attack, specters of plague and pain, all of these ghosts of our own delusions are back. Have we been fighting in vain, fighting in
Alright, we're in the Y's. This is such a weird way to do game credits. But, you know. What, no Zed? I guess not. We did it. Save our game. Operation complete. Wow, we gained 2 whole levels in that process. Exit the clear data save screen? Yeah. Ending B. Load your clear data after completing the game to be able to experience Kaine's story. Yeah, alright. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
Whenever I interacted with Kaine, I
Bleh,
was
excuse me.
reminded about something from my past. Maybe my mind has been confusing her with my sister this whole time. Here we go.
Who's ready for a text adventure? Kaine's dreams. Discrimination. The sound of rain filled the village. The steep cliffs that surrounded the area magnified sound, causing even the slightest drizzle to rattle like a thunderstorm. Thin wisps of smoke streamed from huts as the villagers huddled in their homes and waited out the rain. A single child, however, had braved the Silent Hill downpour, and was now wandering slowly towards the wooden hawk-shaped weather vane at the center of town. The wanderer reached the vane, which had existed for as long as any could remember, and stared. The child's face was simultaneously delicate and fierce, like a teacup that had survived a shipwreck. Those traits combined with pale white skin gave the face an almost sexless quality. If the beak turns east, I go home. If it stays west, then I... The child blinked. Rain slowly dripped down the young one's short hair and began its long descent to the ground. Come on. Come on. The child felt a slight breeze and watched as the vane slowly creaked to life. Spinning this way and that for a moment, it finally settled with the beak pointing firmly toward the east. East? Really? Before the vane could move again, a jagged rock came spinning and tumbling through the air, finally striking home against the child's head. The force of the blow dropped the child to the ground as a hail of stones began to fall all around. Oh no, they found me. A heartbreaking smile crept across the child's face as the stones continued their assault. Through the rain, the sound of multiple footsteps grew louder before a voice rang out. Yoo-hoo! Kaine! The voice belonged to Demo, worst of all the bullies in the area. As Kaine struggled to stand, a final stone came skittering through the mud and bounced against her foot. Blood oozed from a cut above her eye and blurred her vision, but she could make out the shapes of Demo and his usual gang of idiots. The boy seemed taken aback for a moment by Kaine's seeming indifference to the blood dripping from her face, but quickly regained his bravado. What's up, freak? You like the rain? You like getting all wet? Or did you finally decide to run away from home? Though she knew it was futile, Kaine turned to leave. Before she could get more than a few steps, the other children scrambled to surround her, cruelty burning in their eyes. Kaine knew those were not the only eyes on her. The tormentor's parents watched from the safety of their homes. She was attuned to this sensation. It was one she had experienced many times before. While some villagers simply turned a blind eye to the actions of their children, many encouraged it openly. In a society ruled by superstition and fear, Kaine was something to be hated and, if possible, destroyed. I didn't say you could leave, freak. Demo's words chewed at her like a worm through an apple. He can't hurt me, she lied to herself. Be strong. Be brave. He can't hurt me. He can't hurt me. He can't hurt... Oh look! The little freak's gonna cry! What's wrong? Are you sad that everyone hates you and wants you dead? Kaine prayed for the rain to flood down and carry her away from a world that seemed to have no place for her. But if there were gods, they chose to ignore her. As Demo crept ever closer, the clouds began to thin and the rain slowed. Even the weather hates me. I'm useless. A failure. I wish Demo's rock had taken my head off. Kaine couldn't meet Demo's leering gaze. She lowered her eyes and stared at the muddy ground below. The bully moved forward until he was inches away. She could smell the scent of old meat on his breath. The boy grabbed Kaine's face with thick fingers and yanked it upward. She tried to turn away, but he forced her gaze back and jammed his thumb against her eyelid to pry it open. You're a freak. No, I'm not. Did you just say no? Demo grinned evilly. You don't say no to me. No one says no to me. Not even taking his attention from Kaine, he called to his cohorts. Come on, guys. Let's give the freak what she deserves. As soon as Demo finished, kicks and blows began to rain down upon Kaine. Demo paused, still grinning, as Kaine curled into a ball and tried to make the pain stop. I don't get you, freak. What you acting like a girl for, huh? Everyone knows what you really are. Kaine ignored the question, choosing instead to stare at the weather vane. It continued to point east as if supremely confident about the future that it had chosen for her. Go home? Yeah, that's a funny joke for someone with dead parents and no home to go to. Freak, chanted the children. Freak, freak, freak. Kaine closed her eyes and listened to the rain, waiting for the pain to start again. As the clutching hands of the village children closed around her, she bent her mind to the sound of the rain, letting it become her world entire. The rain fell, but the pain never came. Only when the laughter of her tormentors turned to terrified cries did she dare open a single blood-caked eye. Kaine was shocked to see Demo sprawled on the ground, holding his head and screaming in pain. She could see blood welling from spaces between his fat, twisted fingers. Oh my god. He's crying. He's actually crying. Deprived of their leader, the other children glanced back and forth between themselves, as if waiting for someone to step forward and take charge. When no savior emerged, they began an uneasy shuffle away from Kaine. But the young girl was the least of their concerns. Instead, their attention was rapt on the ancient woman standing a few feet away. After struggling for breath for a moment, she finally spoke with a voice thick with rage. Hurts like a bitch, don't it? Now I suggest you scatter before I throw another one. And if any of you little bastards ever touch my Kaine again, I'll do far worse than throw a rock. You can count on it. The old woman crouched down and gently touched the hand Demo was using to cover the wound. Before he could think to protest, she ground her palm into the wound and twisted back and forth. Ow! He screamed, leaping to his feet. Stop it! What are you doing? Quit whining. Ain't no one ever died from a scratch. You hit me with a rock, you stupid bitch! A big one! That thing could have killed me! The old woman shrugged. Death is the best cure for stupid. Demo's face twisted with rage at her words. Locking his eyes on Kaine, he took a step backward and spat on the ground. Get out! Leave this village! No one wants you here, either of you! Seeing the old woman grab another stone, Demo and his companions turned tail and ran. As they fled, the old woman grabbed her side and barked out a single laugh. Look at the fat boy go! Guess he's healthy enough to run from a fight. The woman's smile faded as she turned her attention to Kaine. Kneeling down, she removed her shawl and placed it around the young girl's shoulders, then produced a cloth from the folds of her dress and began blotting at the blood on her forehead. Oh, Kaine, she said, why didn't you fight back? You're stronger than that lot. The words of her grandmother stung Kaine, and she turned away. Don't be nice to me, she said. I don't deserve it. Nothing matters anymore. Her tears, held in check for so long, finally began to fall on the muddy ground below. Everyone hates me. They think I cause bad things to happen. They think I'm a freak. I wish I was dead. As Kaine's tears turned to sobs, she felt her grandmother's hands on her shoulders. Despite her advanced age and diminutive size, she was a woman of surprising strength, and Kaine found herself unable to turn away. Don't talk like that, Kaine. It's a river wide and deep that flows between the realms of this world and the next, and it grants no mercy to any that attempt to cross it. You got a duty to fight until your last breath. Understand? The old woman tightened her grip and tried to still the tremor in her voice. You know the pain of losing someone close to you, Kaine. You know because you survived it. As the words hit home, Kaine was struck by the force of her love for the old woman. As a young child, she didn't even know of her grandmother, but when her parents died, the woman quickly accepted her as her own. Grandma, as Kaine called her, was cunning, vulgar, and quick to violence, and their first few years together had not been easy. But with each year that passed, Kaine and her grandmother had grown closer. However, it was only now, sitting in the mud with tears and blood caking her face, that Kaine truly understood the depths of her affection. Here was a woman who had seen hard times, who had seen death, who had fought through all these things and somehow emerged on the other side. If anyone could understand Kaine's pain and loneliness, it was her. Do I make you sick, Grandma? Course not! Don't be an ass! Kaine drew her grandmother's moth-eaten shawl around her body and shuddered. But my body, it's not normal. If I was normal, then Mom and Dad wouldn't... Hush, interrupted Grandma. I'll not hear another word of this nonsense. You're my granddaughter, and I love you. And if folks have a problem with that, they could just go to hell. With that, the old woman reached out and placed a wreath of dried flowers in Kaine's hair. The skill it took to bend the flowers without breaking the stems or losing a single petal was remarkable, and the beauty of it made Kaine want to cry all over again. Oh my gosh, these are lunar tears. Grandma, you made this for me? Lunar tears were legendary flowers. Most people could live their entire lives without ever seeing one, and yet her grandmother had somehow collected a dozen or more. Kaine reached up and touched the wreath, as if she couldn't believe it was real. Where did you find these? Oh, you know, just stumbled on 'em one day while I was out doing the shopping. The old woman turned away as she was explaining, leading Kaine to suspect that the search had been much more difficult than she was letting on. The pains she took to construct the ornament, let alone track down the flowers used in its construction, made Kaine's heart hurt. She reached up and gently adjusted the wreath, admiring the way it felt between her fingers. Didn't quite turn out right, said her grandmother as she squinted at it. These old hands have trouble with delicate work. But it sure looks good on a pretty girl like you. Kaine blushed and turned away. You think I'm pretty? Of course you are. What a fool thing to say. Thank you, Grandma. Her grandmother smiled. We're gonna be fine, you and me, she said. Long as we got each other, we'll be just fine. Kaine took her grandmother's hand in hers, and the two of them struggled to their feet. As they began the long walk home, Kaine gripped the hand with all her might, as if trying to stop smoke from drifting away on the wind. The rain had stopped. Kaine stood beneath the weather vane, watching it spin in lazy circles, no longer caring about the direction it faced when it stopped. I don't need to escape. I have a home now. Grandma loves me, and that's enough. Even if it's us against the world. Kaine let her gaze drift up past the vane and into the cloudy sky. The last faint hints of a rainbow were slowly fading. As she turned and headed for home, the lights scattered into a million particles and vanished, seemingly taken away on the breeze. Kaine's dreams. Daily life. In the distance, Kaine heard the steady sounds of an axe striking wood. The noise had a purposeful quality to it, as if she was hearing a master woodsman go about his work. The firewood being produced, however, was as far from a work of art as it could be. Pieces of every shape and size were being flung about a barren yard with wild abandon. Anyone trying to stack such wood would probably die of frustration before the job was through. Stupid piece of shit axe! Kaine's grandmother flailed away with the axe, filling the air with both splinters of wood and words that would make the most hardened sailor blush. Grandma, called Kaine. What? Yelled the old woman, taking her eyes off the wood for a moment. Oh, it's you, Kaine. Don't get too close, or I might take your goddamn foot off. My mistake. My mistake? By mistake? She brought the axe down on a piece of wood, sending chips flying in every direction. One spun past Kaine, close enough for her to hear the whistle, at which point she decided to step back. Once she scuttled to a safe distance, she cupped her hands around her mouth and shouted, Grandma! Do you need help? I can get you water, or lunch, or a new axe or something. The axe, poised to strike another wobbly blow, paused in midair. The old woman considered her granddaughter's offer for a moment, then smiled. Tell you what, since I'm doing such a piss-poor job of chopping, why don't you come here and take over so I can go get the water? Shades have been restless lately, you know, and I don't want you running into one of them bastards. Relinquishing the axe, her grandmother picked up a long pole with wooden buckets on either end. Gathering water was by far the more difficult of the two jobs, but Kaine knew better than to complain. Once Grandma's mind was set, there was no changing it. Kaine did her best to help with the chores, but Grandma took every task that required travel to the village. Though she had a long list of plausible excuses, Kaine knew the real reason. She didn't want her grandmother to be taunted and harassed by the villagers. She didn't want her granddaughter to be taunted and harassed by the villagers. Once Kaine moved in, Grandma decided to take up residence a good distance from the Eyrie. Out of sight, out of mind seemed to be the best policy when it came to the villagers and her granddaughter, and rare were the days when any but the two of them could be found on the rocky acre of land they called home. Kaine enjoyed the solitude, but harbored a secret resentment that her grandmother was forced to spend her golden years in such a place. After watching her grandmother leave, Kaine turned her attention to the task at hand. She had never chopped wood before in her life, and soon discovered why the old woman hated the chore. Swing after swing of the axe produced only a tiny crack in the wood, and when she finally managed to connect with a solid stroke, the tool embedded itself in the log and refused to budge. Frustrated, Kaine swung the axe around her head and threw it, log and all, across the yard. Damn it! Damn it! Crap! She's trying so hard. She suddenly understood the joy her grandmother felt and a good curse. Happier now, she picked up the axe, forced it from the wood, and resumed chopping. She had a natural skill with a blade, but the task was challenging, and blisters soon began to form on her small pink hands. This is tough. My logs are all weird sizes. Spitting on her palms and ignoring the pain, Kaine redoubled her efforts. Technically, the axe didn't embed itself. That was Kaine's fault. No, it was the axe. How dare you suggest that Kaine could do anything incorrectly? Just as she was developing a rhythm, Grandma returned from the village. Setting down her buckets with a small sigh, she took one look at the logs and coughed out a wheezy laugh. Pretty clumsy, girl. You better practice if you... Her grandmother suddenly collapsed to her knees, causing one of the buckets to wobble precariously. Eyes wide, Kaine dropped the axe and ran to her grandmother's side. Grandma! The old woman shook her head and pointed a trembling finger at the bucket. Get the bucket. Can't let it spill. Kaine steadied the bucket with a foot as she knelt by her grandmother. A small bit of water sloshed over the side and made a new home in the hem of her dress, but Kaine didn't notice. Grandma, what's happening? Crazed with panic, she grabbed her grandmother by the shoulders and shook. After a moment, the woman lifted her arms and batted Kaine away. Stop that! Just stop now, she cried, breathing heavily. Ain't like I'm dying. Just tired from the trip is all. Kaine desperately wanted to believe her, but one look at the old woman's shaking hands and worn face told her more than words ever could. Her grandmother had lived a long, hard life, and it seemed the bill was coming due. The time when her grandmother watched over Kaine was ending. Sooner than either of them had feared, the positions would be reversed. The next morning, Kaine came to the side of her grandmother's bed and took her wrinkled hand. Grandma, you're sick, and you need medicine. I'm going to the village. The old woman shook her head and tried to rise, but Kaine gently pushed her down. It's all right, she said. I'll be fine. Her grandmother fixed her with a gaze that could melt steel. After what seemed an eternity, she finally lowered her eyes and sighed. Well, I don't like it, goddammit. But I guess I should quit being so stubborn and let you grow up. The old woman watched as Kaine strapped on her boots and made her way down the road to the village. Hours later, as an unseen sun made its way across a dark and rainy sky, she was still watching. Kaine moved at a brisk pace, checking her pockets every few minutes to make sure the money her grandmother gave her was still there. Every noise caused her to spin on her heels, making sure she wasn't being stalked by a shade, or worse, Demo and his gang. But she encountered neither tormentors nor shades, and Kaine finally found herself at the entrance to the village. The few adults she could see glanced sideways at her, then muttered to each other behind raised hands before slinking away into the shadows. Her heart racing, Kaine took a series of rapid, shallow breaths and tried to calm herself. I have to prove myself. I have to help Grandma. I have to be strong. She chanted these words to herself over and over as she slowly made her way. Finally, her eyes settled on a rotund older woman who was angrily waving her arms in the air and telling anyone who would listen exactly what she thought of Kaine's presence. Hey, lady, said Kaine with a bravado she did not feel. Where's the apothecary? The woman's flabby cheeks shook in bewildered anger. How dare this thing speak to me, they seemed to say. But Kaine saw that her eyes held a different emotion. Fear. Yeah, we're both scared, lady. Trust me on this one. Which way? Kaine repeated. The woman pointed at a small building to her right before hitching up her dress and stumbling off in the other direction. Kaine cringed, expecting a stone to come flying from the assembled crowd, but none came. Her mind was filled with a strange sense of pride as she made her way to the apothecary. But the new emotion had little time to take root, for as soon as she opened the door, she noticed a familiar customer at the counter. It was Demo. He'd clearly been sent here on some kind of family errand because his gang of followers was nowhere to be found. Oh my god! He sputtered. What are you doing here, freak? The insult was delivered without force, and Kaine happily ignored it. Stretching on tiptoes to see over the counter, she asked the shopkeeper for the medication. Ha! Barked Demo. That old bitch finally keel over? Go to hell, Demo. The boy's eyes grew so wide they seemed ready to fall out of his head. But before he could let fly a comeback, or worse, a punch, the apothecary told him to knock it off before he kicked them out of the store. I love it! He goes to hell once. He goes to hell once. He's told to go to hell once. He's just like, ah! What a fucking punk. Demo slunk out of the shop, cursing Kaine under his breath. Once he was gone, she allowed herself to breathe once more, taking a brief tour of the shop while the owner prepared her medication. Countless tiny bottles filled the cramped store, each with a label written in some indecipherable language. An ocean of aromas assaulted her nose, creating a scent that was exotic, but not altogether unpleasant. Seeing such a variety of supplies gave Kaine a sense of peace. Surely in a world so vast, there would be a place that she could call home. On the far wall, behind the counter, rested a portrait of a stunning young girl. The picture had once contained bright, vibrant colors, but time had worked its magic, and they were beginning to fade. The beauty of the work, however, remained undiminished. You like that picture? Kaine turned to find the apothecary with a small vial of medicine in his hand. His eyes were gentle but sad, and they seemed to stare through her and into nothing as he spoke. That's my daughter. I sketched it when she was just a little girl. She's been dead a long time now. Kaine didn't know how to respond to this. She just stared at the portrait and tried to come up with the right words. Pictures are wonderful things, continued the shopkeeper. They let the ones closest to you live on forever. He shook his head slightly, then looked down at Kaine and smiled. Handing her the medicine, he reached into his sizable green apron and produced a handful of old wax crayons. You should have these. There's no one left that I wish to draw. Kaine took an instinctive step back, causing the shopkeeper's face to darken. Yes, I've heard the rumors about you, he said. It's a small village, and word travels quickly. Between you and me, I'm not sure which of them to believe, but I also don't think they matter much. I knew your grandmother, Kali, and I think the way she was driven out of this town is just deplorable. Grandma's name is Kali? Thought Kaine suddenly. She was still mulling this new fact over in her mind as she reached out and gently took the crayons from the apothecary's hands. Your grandmother is an old friend of mine, he said as Kaine scooted away yet again, and I owe her much. I'm willing to wager that she would like it if you drew a picture of her. Yes, I think she would like that very much. Kaine murmured a quiet agreement, but inside her heart was bursting. Never before had a villager treated her with anything but complete contempt. It was a tiny, almost imperceptible step, but it was a step nonetheless, and with enough tiny steps, she might one day discover the rest of the world. When Kaine returned home, she found her grandmother asleep in her bed. Her feet were blackened and raw, even bleeding a bit in places, leading Kaine to think that she had been pacing around the room until exhaustion finally caught up with her. She placed the medicine by her grandmother's pillow and turned to leave, but found the old woman's hand clasped around her arm. Clasped around her arm. Back already, are you? Asked her grandmother with a yawn. Come here, let me have a look at you. Grandma sat up and examined Kaine from head to toe. Finally satisfied that nothing terrible had befallen her grandchild, she leaned back and allowed herself to relax. Well, how was it? Did those bastards give you any trouble? It was kind of fun, said Kaine with a small smile. No, seriously, it was. It was fun, was it? Asked her grandmother in a voice which implied she believed anything but. Uh-huh. So anytime you need me to run an errand, just let me know. As she spoke, Kaine removed the crayons from her pocket. After a brief explanation of their source, she informed her grandmother she was going to sketch her portrait. A portrait of me? Ridiculous. No one wants to stare at a wrinkled old crone. But Grandma, it'll make you live forever. Horse manure, said her grandmother, throwing back the sheet from her bed. Living forever would just piss me off. Now put those crayons away and help me with dinner. But Kaine would not relent, and in the end, Grandma found herself leaning against a wall of their house as if posing for a master artist. Kaine took up the crayons and eyed her subject carefully. Just as her grandmother was about to nod off, Kaine finished the work. After staring at it for a bit, she released it from her grip, and let it slowly drift to the floor. It's terrible. It doesn't look like you at all. I'm sorry, Grandma. I thought these crayons would, make drawing easy or something. The old woman's eyes narrowed at her granddaughter's disappointment. Let me be the judge of that. she said, ignoring the pain in her back and reaching for the paper. The sketch could have been a person's face. It could also have been a boulder, a lump of clay, or an incredibly misshapen loaf of bread, all rendered in a chaotic array of colors. The old woman stared at the picture for a long time, then slowly wheezed out a laugh. "Oh, Kaine," she said between laughter. "You truly are my blood. You're as clumsy as me, and I love it." "But..." "Hush, I won't hear any more of this bull about how ugly you think it is. It came from the heart, and I'll treasure it always." True to her word, the old woman gave the picture a place of honor above the kitchen table. In the days that followed, Kaine would often catch her staring at the portrait with a strange smile on her face, an action she interpreted as silent, mocking laughter. A week later, Kaine could stand it no more and asked her grandmother to take the artwork down. "Posh!" said the old woman. "I'll take it down when they roll me in my shroud." She pondered this for a bit, then turned to Kaine and dropped to one knee. "Listen to me, girl. Seeing this picture makes me happy in a way I've never felt before. And it makes me want to go on, so that someday you can feel the same happiness." It was a moment that burned itself in Kaine's memory, a perfect blend of pride and love and joy that came together to form a lifelong remembrance. She swore to never forget this moment, to never forget the old woman who had made her place in the world possible. Time moves on. People and memories come in and out of life like ghosts passing through a hall. But this moment will be different, Kaine swore, because I will remember it forever. Forever. Kaine's dreams. Separation. I gotta stand up and stretch real quick. 1 second. Ugh. Whew. Ugh. So you can kind of get the sense of why... Whoa, shit. My chair was not where I thought it was. 1 second. You can kind of get the sense of why when Hook was pretending to be the voice of Kaine's grandmother in the first half of the game, when he suggested that Kaine's grandmother would be like, "Yo, stop fighting. Just die. It's great. Death is fantastic." Kaine would have been pissed about that, because that is entirely antithetical to everything that Kaine's grandmother taught her. So, Hook's kind of a bastard. For the record, we're going to learn a lot more about shades in the back half of the game. Hook is generally considered genuinely awful. Like he's like we're gonna get a lot of instances of like recontextualized stuff that like makes certain things and certain characters seem less outright villainous. But no, Hook was outright villainous, and it's good that he died. Kaine listened to the sound of crackling firewood and stared at the black object on her plate. She'd been pushing it around the wooden disc for a good 10 minutes, ignoring the bemused stare of her grandmother. Finally, she summoned her courage and gave the object a brief sniff. A sharp, bitter scent flew up her nostrils and made its home there, causing her face to twist with disgust. "Grandma, I can't believe you want me to eat a bug." The old woman threw some more wood under the cooking pot and snorted. "It's no bug, you fool girl. It's a berry." Why in the hell would I be feeding you bugs?" "Yeah, well, it sure looks like a bug," said Kaine. "I think it's burnt or something, because it smells terrible." With that, Kaine held her nose and threw the berry in her mouth, chewing as little as possible. "Oh yeah, that's terrible, all right." "Why, you little brat," laughed the old woman. "Look at the sass on you. You've been spending too much time with me, and that's a fact." 5 years had passed since the moment when Kaine's grandmother saved her from the bullies. As is often the way with two stubborn people, their relationship had grown in fits and starts, but moved forward all the same. Meals that used to be somber affairs were now filled with laughter and hurled abuse in equal measure. Kaine could not remember a time when she had been happier. As the years went by, Kaine started to shoulder more and more of the daily responsibilities. Her grandmother's legs grew weaker by the day, and she could no longer do many of the chores she used to take for granted. And so this morning, Kaine found Kaine lacing up her work boots with a breakfast of burned berry rolling through her belly. "Where are you going today?" asked Grandma suddenly. Kaine looked up, surprised. The old woman rarely asked for specifics anymore. "Well, I was going to check out the kelma trees and see if they were ripe. I thought we could make some jam or something." Oh, and I'm going to pick up some flagstones, so I need to take the wheelbarrow.
Flagstones? What in the hell for?
Kaine stared at her grandmother, then held out an arm and swept it around their home. Constructed mostly of cloth, rope, and rubble, the old place sagged like a boxer in the final round. Grandma, a dying cat could chew through this house. I'm going to build a stone wall so we have some protection. The old woman laughed, exposing her toothless grin to the world.
Goddamn girl, if a bunch of thieves want to ransack this old place, let them come. We got nothing worth stealing anyway.
I'm not worried about thieves. I'm worried about shades. People saw one west of the village yesterday. The old woman tilted her head and stared at her granddaughter.
Well, shoot. I don't know why you have to do it today. We can worry about it some other...
Grandma, no. If I don't go to the Kelma trees, we won't eat tonight. You know that. A confused expression passed across the old woman's face. For a moment, she was a small child lost at a carnival.
Yes,
she said after a bit.
Yes, of course, you're right. I'm sorry, Kaine. Lately, it seems my mind is...
She didn't finish the thought, instead walking over to her nightstand and gently taking the wreath of lunar tears from the drawer. The flower's petals had aged to a brilliant whiteness, and Kaine thought it was more beautiful now than the day she first received it.
You're gonna be a true woman soon, Grandma said as she placed the flowers in the girl's hair. So that means less chatter about shades and building defensive walls, and more talk about how beautiful you've become.
Annoyed, Kaine reached up to remove the garland, but the look on her grandmother's face stopped her hand.
You're a beautiful thing, said the old woman, and there ain't another like you in all the world. I'm very proud of you.
Okay, Grandma, that's enough goddamn compliments for one day.
Such a mouth on you! Where did that come from?
Gee, I wonder.
I'll teach you to sass me, girl, yelled Grandma.
Suddenly, she lurched forward and grabbed Kaine by the ears, pulling her around the room with a crazed grin on her face. Grandma, yelled Kaine in a quaking voice. Grandma, stop it! What the hell? The old woman stared at her and blinked, then slowly held her wrinkled hands out as if it was the first time she had ever seen them.
Oh, I don't know what happened there. I'm sorry, girl. Sometimes my mind just...
Kaine thought the look on her grandmother's face was the most heartbreaking thing she had ever seen. Listen, she began. Maybe I should stay home after all.
No, I won't have you stay here to keep an eye on an old codger like me. You go get your fruit and your wall and whatnot. I'll be fine. And when you come back, I'll have a nice grasshopper dinner waiting for you.
Kaine rolled her eyes, then kissed her grandmother on the forehead and made ready to depart, trying desperately to ignore the worry that was gnawing at the walls of her heart. Kaine could feel the old woman's eyes watching her as she moved down the path. Don't turn around, she told herself, but in the end the temptation was too great. She spun on her heel for one final look and saw a small, bent woman standing in front of a ramshackle hut with a sad expression on her face. Gods, she looks so old now. It's like the wind could reach down and just carry her away. Kaine worried about her grandmother all day, causing her work to suffer. What little fruit she could collect was tossed carelessly into the wheelbarrow, and she only found a couple of stones before losing interest in the project. Finally, as dusk approached, she decided to call it a day. Cursing herself for the lack of focus, Kaine pushed the nearly empty wheelbarrow back down the path. As she crested the final hill, she suddenly froze in place. The wheelbarrow fell from her fingers and collapsed on its side, sending a few pieces of wrinkled brown fruit rolling back down the hill. Her gaze was transfixed by a thick black cloud that hovered just ahead. Tracing its path with a finger, Kaine suddenly felt her stomach knot in on itself. No. Oh, gods, no. Her grandmother's house was ablaze, the flames licking up as if trying to touch the sky itself. Grandma? Grandma! Kaine ran faster than she had ever moved in her life. Once, she tripped on a stone and went sprawling into the rocky ground, but she leapt to her feet and continued running, unmindful of the blood that spilled from her wounded hands and knees. As she got closer and closer, Kaine's mind began to race in time with her footfalls. It's too dark. It's too dark, not just fire. Can't be fire, too much smoke. Gotta save her. Gotta save her. She burst into the front yard and came to a sudden halt, her worst suspicions confirmed. The smoke from the fire was mingling with the thick, inky blackness of an enormous shade. The massive creature supported itself on 3 twisted feet and achieved balance through means of a large armored tail. Scales, horns, and claws sprouted from its body in a random, chaotic pattern, giving it the appearance of a lizard designed by some insane god. Seeing Kaine, it let out a roar and flicked its tail, sending small whirlwinds spinning around the yard. For a moment, the creature retreated into a shimmering, inky blackness, as if her mind was unable to comprehend that such a thing could actually exist. Then the smell hit her, a blend of rotted meat and excrement, and the horror became real once more. The creature bellowed again, this time Kaine responded with a scream of her own. "All right, you bastard," she thought as her scream echoed off the high cliffs around them. "It's you or me. Let's go." The shade eyed Kaine with bemused interest. Then it began looking from her to the house and back again, as if urging her to look at the destruction it had so gleefully wrought. With dread building in her heart, Kaine glanced toward the house. Through the smoke and flames, she spotted a small figure struggling to escape the ruins. "Grandma!" At the sound of her voice, the old woman began waving frantically. "She's alive," thought Kaine. "She's alive!" Kaine's legs sprang to life as she raced across the yard toward the flaming wreckage of the house. Before she could advance more than a few steps, the shade opened its mouth and let out a roar powerful enough to uproot trees and send them flying. The blast sent Kaine tumbling through the air before smashing her against the rocky earth. Stars danced in front of her eyes as she tried to remember how her legs worked. "Get up! Get up! Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up now!" Kaine struggled to her feet. As Kaine struggled to her feet, the shade stomped toward the house and pinned her grandmother to the ground with the tip of a claw. The old woman struggled to move the claw from her stomach, but she might well have been pushing a mountain. She coughed briefly, sending a small spray of blood into the air, then collapsed to the ground, her energy spent. Kaine lurched to her feet, only to fall back to earth with a gasp. Her ankles were on fire, one or both of them were surely broken. Ignoring the pain that screamed through her body, she began dragging herself across the ground, leaving a drunken trail of dust and blood in her wake. "Grandma, hold on. Just a little longer." Her grandmother's face was turning blue, her eyes rolling back until only the whites were exposed. Kaine pulled herself across the ground with maddening slowness. The distance seemed to increase with every second that passed. The shade glanced between the two women and flicked out its tongue, its giant mouth turning up at the corners. Short, panting breaths belched from somewhere deep inside its core. "Bastard. Laughing at us." She had no idea how such a mindless creature could experience emotion, but there could be no doubt that the shade was taking joy in their suffering. "Yeah, I see your plan." The shade moved its claw slightly, allowing Grandma to breathe again. It was clearly keeping her alive, only to snuff out her life when Kaine was close enough to touch her. "I'm gonna kill this bastard." Summoning all her strength, Kaine rose to her feet. There was a sickening snap from her right ankle as the foot twisted backward, but she forced it from her mind and began to hobble toward the monster. Pulling a small knife from the pouch at her waist, she leapt on the foot that pinned her grandmother and plunged the weapon deep. "Give her back!" she screamed. "Give her back to me!" It was like stabbing a rock. After a few swipes, the knife broke at the hilt with a dull snap. The shade panted laughter again, then raised its tail and sent it rushing through the air toward the young girl that was latched to its foot. Kaine never had a chance. The tail struck her square in the chest and sent her crashing into the burning wreckage of the home. As she lay on the ground with blood pouring from multiple wounds, a small, weak voice spat up. "Kaine?" Kaine's vision blurred, but she forced herself to focus on the sound. Finally, her eyes cleared enough for her to make out her grandmother's hands reaching out to her through the smoke. "Grandma." "Kaine, you've gotta run. You can't defeat him." Kaine grabbed the hands and held on with all her strength. "Grandma, come on. We have to go." The old woman coughed loudly. One of her hands, slick with blood, slipped from Kaine's grasp and thumped to the ground below. "Grandma, no. No!" "I said run, goddammit! You have to live. You have to get through." The thought would stay forever unfinished. Before she could say another word, the shade's clawed foot descended, smashing through the remains of the roof and down upon the shattered figure of the old woman. Blood oozed thickly from the gaps in the creature's toes as the terrible putrid smell assaulted Kaine's nose once again. She stared at the foot, dumbfounded, convinced that what she was seeing could not possibly be real. When the creature finally lifted its appendage, all that remained underneath was a twisted, unrecognizable mass of rubble and red. Her grandmother was gone. Kaine blinked, trying to feel the hands which had been in hers just a moment before. For a fleeting instant, she could remember the warmth of that embrace, the trembling of the fingers, but then the sensation drifted away on the breeze and was gone. Memories flashed through Kaine's mind, one after the other, faster and faster until they became a meaningless jangle of noise. Kaine screamed then, a thunderous sound that echoed off the cliffs and seemed to roll away forever. The shade eased forward, black ichor pouring from its mouth and dissolving into smoke on the ground below. The earth shook with every step as it crept toward its prey. Kaine's body slowly rose as if controlled by a mad puppet master. Her arms and legs were bent at impossible angles, her head lolled dangerously to the side. Yet somehow she managed to stand. Staring at the shade, her eyes began to glow with a deep red fire. The creature, so confident just moments before, took a slow, hesitant step backward, trying to discern if this broken human could possibly pose a threat. Kaine seized the moment. Laughing like a madwoman, she leapt into the air and plunged the shattered hilt of her knife deep into the leg of the shade. The shade shook Kaine off like a fly, sending her crashing to the earth once again. Her chest rose and fell slowly, as if a great weight were resting on it. Moist sounds of pain echoed through her minds. Something warm and thick oozed from her ears. Is that blood? Think it is. Think I'm bleeding to death. No, can't die. Grandma told me to live. Deep inside Kaine's mind, something finally broke. The sound, the pain, the smoke and flames. All of it faded away until all that remained was a single incantation repeated over and over again. Kill it. 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 Kill it now. As the spark that was Kaine slowly began to flicker and die, she felt a desire to kill and a desire to live blend into one. The distance between heartbeats grew longer, and longer, and longer. Don't kill it. Maybe kill it. Well, we've already killed it, is the thing. We killed it in the first half of the game. Oh, shit.
The beast approaches.
Oh, I got it.
What anger this creature must have. How did it even survive these past 5 years?
Oh, you know.
Not gonna let this happen again. He dies today. My sword feels lighter.
It's not the blade, but the skill of the user. Strike him down!
That's 3. Damn. Hold up. Wait, stop running. Hello? What's up? Ooh! I could really go... We're getting canes, everybody. If you are not familiar, it is a chicken finger place, and it's pretty good. And I don't need a drink. There you go. Whoa! Guess what, idiot? Guess what, idiot? God, now I'm excited about canes. Get me a chicken finger. Maybe 4. I'm gonna put this cheat out of the way. GG easy. Anyways, I think we got one more. Kaine's dreams. Encounter. Gently. Weakly. Softly. The shade, sure that its tormentor was dead, turned and stomped off toward the horizon, stomping along the way to bellow one final roar. Couldn't kill it. So sorry, Grandma. Couldn't avenge you. Shamed beyond imagining, Kaine tried to turn her head to the side, but only succeeded in coughing up a huge gout of blood. It was getting difficult to see, and only after a moment of fierce concentration did she realize that her left eye was gone. Laughing to herself, she turned her remaining eye to the ruins of her home and noticed a ragged stump of arm resting a few feet away. Yeah, that's mine, she thought with a mad giggle. This is gonna make clapping a real bitch.
Ha!
Cried a sudden voice from the depths of her mind.
Finally gonna die, are ya? Well, you had it coming.
Go to hell, Demo, she thought at the unseen assailant. Go to hell before I pluck out your eyes and feed them to a dog. I didn't realize that was Demo. I thought that was Tyran. Anyway, the voice of her childhood terror evaporated into smoke, only to be replaced by another, more recent voice. Hold still, said the apothecary, materializing from the ruins like a ghost. I want to draw you. That way you can live forever. No. Stop. Don't want to live forever. Want to die right here. I see, he said quietly. Well, that's how you want it. The spectral shopkeeper fluttered in and out of existence for a moment, then produced a piece of paper and sketched quickly. After a few seconds, he turned the page to Kaine and smiled. Since you rejected my offer, I decided to draw someone else. It was a picture of her grandmother, real as life. Kaine opened her mouth to thank the man, but stopped as the picture began to blacken in the middle. Before she could say anything, thousands of multi-legged insects began to swarm across the image, tearing at it with sharpened pincers. Stop. No. Don't hurt that picture. Kaine reached out with her remaining arm and waved futilely at the air. To her surprise, the insects fell off the picture and to the ground below, where they vanished into tiny black tendrils of smoke. Relieved, Kaine turned her good eye back to the picture, only to open her mouth in a silent scream. The sketch now showed her grandmother as she truly was, a smashed, unrecognizable lump of nothing. The apothecary smiled, then broke into a jolly dance. See that? He cried as he danced his jig. It's perfect now. She looks just like you. Ha-cha-cha-cha! I look like that? Oh, God. Oh, God, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Drowning in despair, Kaine laid her head back in the mud and smoke of her ruined house and waited for the end to come. But just before she let everything go, an unfamiliar voice began whispering in her ear.
Ain't you got a wish, sunshine?
The voice was vulgar and fierce at the same time, as if insanity had somehow found a way to take form. Kaine wanted to scream as the voice crawled under her skin, but her lungs refused to work.
You know, a wish. Like a prayer or something. Why don't you get on your knees and start praying to heaven? Please, invisible man in the sky, save me! Save me!
Kaine finally resorted to shouting at the voice with her mind. I don't make wishes. They don't come true for me. I'm a curse. A freak. I should be left to die. The other voice boomed in her ears.
What? Oh, God, you are the best.
Kaine glanced down and saw a black, shiny substance oozing from her legs. She tried to brush it away, but her remaining arm would no longer respond. The substance slowly crept around her feet and then began moving toward the rest of her body. Is this death? Is this what it's like? Or is my mind just losing itself? She could feel the slime oozing upward, feel the hot, searing pain it left in its wake. Whatever else might be happening, she was still alive, and this was real.
Come on, said the voice. Let it go.
Kaine tried to ignore the voice and concentrate on the pain, but the newcomer would have none of it.
Don't ignore me, Sunshine. You're ready to give up, ready to die. So why not let me have it?
Have what?
Your body! Come on, give it to me, give it to me. I want to stand on the ground, feel the rain, taste the wind. The voice paused as if licking its lips. When it resumed, it was filled with mad, unabated joy. And I want to take your hands and use them to choke the goddamn life out of people. I want to tear out their throats and bathe in the blood just like before.
In response, Kaine shifted her head and vomited. The warmth of it crept down her front and mingled with the pain of the encroaching black ooze. Are you a shade?
Yeah, maybe. What of it?
The slime reached her face, crept up past her nose, and slowly oozed into the socket of her missing eye. The moment it touched her brain, Kaine was struck by the most powerful sensation she'd ever felt in her life. It was ecstasy. She wanted to scream with delight, but all she could manage was a small, whispered moan.
Feels good, don't it? Asked the voice with a chuckle. Ah, what can I say? I know how to please the ladies. Now give me that body. Come on, give me the body and I'll give you more of this feeling. It's a fair trade!
A black lump began to protrude from Kaine's side. As she watched, it grew longer and thicker, eventually taking the form of her missing arm. I can see better, she thought. My eye must be growing back too. The slime reached up to envelop the rest of her face, but she managed to brush it away. Stop, she whispered, marveling at how she had regained her voice. Stop. The black ooze hesitated, as if considering this request, then quickly shimmered down the rest of her body before disappearing in a cloud of smoke.
Ah, what the hell, Sunshine? Screamed the voice. We had a deal. I thought you wanted to die.
Grandma said, I can't die yet. A brief image of her grandmother, bloodied and broken, flashed before her eyes. She saw the shade that had killed her and heard its mocking laughter, then closed her eyes and forced the image from her mind. Her whole body was quaking with rage. When she opened her eyes again, they burned bright red. That thing took my grandmother. I have to kill it before I die. Kaine glanced down and saw a mysterious pattern. The pattern of the shades burned itself into her left arm. I need to dink some oiter. Tyran's voice is fun, but like, you know?
Well, I'll be damned, said the voice cheerfully. Look at that, Sunshine. I think you and me are gonna be good friends now.
Kaine stared intently at her arm. The more emotional she felt, the more letters seemed ready to puncture her skin and begin infecting the rest of her body. The arm clearly had a will of its own now. Stop. Gotta stop. Holding her left arm in her right, Kaine took a deep breath and tried to calm herself.
Come on, don't fight it, pleaded the voice. Hey, it's my favorite dish and I'm hungry. Let it go. Feel the anger. Burn with the fire of revenge. Thirst for blood and then go out there and... Shut up.
Shut up and get the hell out of my body.
Your body? Oh, that's rich, Sunshine. Real rich. Look, why don't you just up and die so I can have this body all to myself? What do you say? I bet those buddies of yours in the area would love to see you dead.
Kaine grabbed a nearby shard of glass and tried to saw off the shade-infected portion of her side. Before she could, her darkened left arm grabbed her right wrist, crushing it. Kaine screamed and dropped the shard as the sound of bone crunching on bone filled the air.
Stupid idiot girl. You're possessed now, Sunshine. There ain't no going back.
The voice laughed again, a loud, long wail that seemed to go on without end. Possessed? Whispered Kaine.
Yeah, possessed. You and me? What you might call a timeshare arrangement. Remember how folks used to think you were a freak? Well, wait till they get a load of you now.
Kaine looked up, tears in her eyes. The sky seemed smaller now. Darker. Is this because of that shade? Is this how they see the world?
So, listen, purred the voice. I know this whole possession thing seems a bit sudden, but it ain't all bad. There's plenty in it for you, too. I'm a very powerful creature, Sunshine, and now that power belongs to you. You got enemies? People you want to kill? I can make it happen. That little fat kid who kept picking on you? That big old shade that squashed your granny? We'll wrap them up in their own assholes. No more abuse for you, Sunshine. No more pain.
Wait, said Kaine. You're a shade. Why would you help me kill another shade?
What? You think I'm some kind of racist? Some killing snob? I don't give a good goddamn who you murder, honey pants. I just want to drink from the well.
Kaine considered this as she shrugged to her feet, the power of the shade coursing through her. He's an equal opportunity murderer. Very woke. The smoke from her house was drifting away with the wind, and she enjoyed the way the cool evening breeze felt on her new left arm. After a long pause, the voice spoke up again.
So, how about it? You and me, we could have some good times together. Look, I'll even take care of the bloody part if you don't wanna.
Fuck off, asshole, muttered Kaine. I'll handle the killing.
What?
Screamed the voice.
Look at you go. Ooh, Sunshine, we're gonna have so much fun. So listen, my name's Tyran, and if you ever need me, I'll just be hanging out in this piece of meat you call a heart. Now get to it. The more you kill, the more your heart turns rotten and sour, and I like rotten and sour.
Kaine found herself nodding at the voice. Yeah, she said. Yeah, I think this can work. I'm gonna find that shade, I'm gonna strangle it with its own guts. And when I'm done, I'm gonna do the same to you, Tyran. Count on it.
Ha! Laughed Tyran. I've shit bigger than you, so good luck with that. Oh, and hey, one more thing. Right now, you and me are sharing this body, but if you ever run out of hate, if you ever, go soft, then I'm gonna take over everything. So keep on killing, Sunshine, and watch your back.
The voice grew fainter and gradually faded away, fading to somewhere deep inside Kaine herself. Kaine waited until she was sure the voice was gone, then waved her new left arm around a few times. It feels perfectly normal, she thought. It feels like mine. Desperately, she began poking and prodding at the new limb, determined to find something wrong with it. She didn't want it to feel normal. That would mean the creature inside her had already won. I'm not a shade. I'm Kaine. Repeating this mantra in her mind, she slowly began digging through the rubble of her house, being careful to ignore a certain red-stained spot in the corner. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity of heartbreaking work, she found what she was looking for. It was the wreath of lunar tears. Though it had been through hell and back, the garland's petals were as bright as ever. Kaine started to place it in her hair, then slowly lowered the wreath and stared at it. I'm sorry, Grandma. I'm so sorry. But I don't deserve to wear this anymore. Possessed. Corrupted. A freak. And this time I don't think there's any going back. Holding the flowers to her heart, Kaine fell to the ground and sobbed. As night gradually lightened to dawn and the people of the Eyrie arose to their daily lives, she remained in that position, as if tears could somehow wash away the horror that now infected her world.
Alive. Stay alive. Stay alive.
Grandma?
Anyway, back during the story...
You gotta live! You gotta come back to us!
Who are...
Hey girl, hey.
Emil, you were the one calling me, huh?
You still recognize me?
Yeah, sure. I knew you right away.
Thank you, Kaine.
Good to see you, Kaine.
You look like shit. How long has it been?
5 years.
Oh. That's That's a long time.
Yeah, it's like more than 4.
Any luck with Yona?
We are still no closer to finding her. We need a way to locate the Shadow Lord.
This is for you.
Lunar tears. Did you make this?
It's just a little welcome back gift. It's not much, I know.
It's nothing like the one Grandma used to make, but... oh, hell. Thanks.
Excuse me.
Oh, hey, Poples.
Popola, we did it. We freed Kaine.
That's great. Listen, can I talk to you for a minute?
Popola, we did it. We freed Kaine. Awesome. You all need to fucking leave.
This doesn't make sense.
Please, try to understand. People are tired and scared, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry you have to bear the brunt of that.
It's crap.
It's okay. We can sleep outside.
No one's sleeping outside. You and Kaine saved this village, and now they want to run you out?
Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it.
People are afraid of us. And really, I understand. I mean, look at me.
You're a cool skeleton, Emil. Don't let anyone make you feel different.
As long as you're still with us, I can deal with it. Right, Kaine?
I'm used to sleeping outside.
I'm sorry.
We'll see you later.
We're sorry.
Yeah, everyone's really sorry.
What is the matter?
Kaine always sleeps outside. I never thought about that until just now. How could I have not noticed that? How selfish am I?
A little bit selfish.
What the hell is wrong with me?
Lots of stuff. Don't worry about it.
We should turn in.
I didn't get much sleep that night. I wanted to blame Devila for everything. I wanted to grab Popola and strangle her. Wow, man. Maybe she's into it, but anger won't accomplish anything. They said and did what they did for the sake of the village. For the sake of protecting it from the horrifying threat of the Shades. ... If Devil and Popola are to blame, then I am equally at fault. For not stopping for a moment to think about Kaine and Emil. Sleep well? Sure. Well, if you say so. I need to go see Devila and Popola. Very well. I wanted to grab Popola and strangle her. Wow, Promi? Gold moonflower seed. 900 gold. And now it's time for the world of the recycled vessel. What might that be? It's my wife's old diary. For true, some kind woman saw fit to marry the likes of you. She's dead. The black scrawl took her. I apologize. My attempt at humor was inappropriate. It's all right. I've made my peace with it. This is the diary my wife left behind. Reading it reminds me of when our family was still whole and happy. I see. I usually stop before the end, though. The last few entries are pretty bizarre. In what way? Well, here. Take a look. Yeah, sure. So for the Gestalt version of the World of the Recycled Vessel, we play as Brother NieR. So this is the only time, if you lived in the West and you didn't have like an imported copy of Replicant, this was the only chance that you got to play as Bro NieR. And it was the opposite for Replicant. And I think it's really neat that for the Replicant remaster, when you do the World of the Recycled Vessel, what is it? they actually like wrote a new piece of dialogue specifically for like Dad NieR to say in the Replicant remaster, just so that they could bring the voice actors back just for a little cameo, which I thought was really neat. Anyway, so the World of the Recycled Vessel is a series of this is the world of the recycled vessel, created to avoid the destruction of all. It's a series of little... Oh, we gotta... Do I have any word edits set up? I don't. Okay. But it's basically a series of like challenge rooms, and you get rewards for doing them. And it's pretty neat. But we do need to reset all of our... I use Dark Lancelot. You know, like the knight. Ironwell, here we go. Attack power. And yeah, let's do item drop rate, actually. Maybe I can get some good stuff. Knockback resistance, physical strength, here we go. Vessel. MP recovery rate. Okay, they do stack. Good to know. Also, these remixes are all specific to the DLC, and they're really cool. Something like trying to attack me? Did I run past? Oh! I forgot about the DLC. I'm really excited to do the DLC because I get like my favorite two-handed weapon in this DLC. Oh, hold up. Everything's still up there. Like, I really like the DLC weapons a lot, honestly. I actually don't know if, like, this just uses the voice clips from, like, the Japanese version of the game or what. I think it does. Da, da, na, 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 na. Hell yeah. Let's keep going. Wait, hold on. Do they spawn behind? Where are they? Oh. Oh, a lot of you little guys. Die. And this is why a fully upgraded big sword is so very useful. Because I am just wrecking shit. And I do so love to wreck shit. This is why it's very important that I do this DLC. Because the weapon that you can get in the DLC is one of the few weapons in the game that, when it's fully upgraded, basically maxes out its damage stat. What? Hold on. Where are these supposed enemies? Oh, they're bats. Whoop. Ah. Ow. Whew. I can't believe bats would attack me like this. Fucked up. Gotcha. Oh, yep, hello? Ooh, food. So I had no slaw, extra toast, and it was a box combo. I did not. Oh, fuck, I killed that guy in one.
Damn, nice. Good job.
Thank you.
Fuck him up.
I'm fucking it up. But like in a good way. Thank you. The Black Scrawl, a lost destiny, a white book, a false truth. I do so love to wreck shit with a big sword. It's my favorite thing. It's also just kind of fun playing as Bro NieR, honestly. Like, it's fun getting that opportunity, you know? Okay, I need a second. I have food and I need to eat. Soldier of Salt, calling forth white death. He is Legion, a man who plunged the world into darkness. What could it mean? We may never know. Whoa. Go ahead and pop health salve. Ow. Son of a bitch. Stop moving. Whew. What? I'm just gonna keep swinging my sword, and if one of you, like, runs into it, that's your fault. Your fault, not mine. This teleporting shit is some nonsense. Oh, I won. Cool. Obtain the one-handed sword, Fool's Embrace. The dragon's corpse brought death to the world, delivering unto it the power of the devil. Now, it's obviously talking about, like, Angelus's corpse from the end of ending E of Drakengard. Ah, Beak Boy. Whoa! Ow, fuck. Okay, I'm alright. Nope, nope, nope. Whew. Hello, Eustace Servaday. No, this is the DLC. This is the World of the Recycled Vessel, where basically you have like a series of challenge rooms, and then you can get like additional weapons, unlock costumes. Strangely enough, as Lucas found out, not available to download in Brazil, which is weird. But fucking whatever, I guess. Wait, what do you mean? Okay, so Lucas was trying to, I played a bit of it. It might have been delisted at some point. Lucas, Game Over Hell, was trying to, like, got NieR on the Xbox Live Marketplace in order to play it, like the original NieR. Like, for clarification, we're talking about the original NieR Gestalt released in the West. It's included by default with the Replicant remake. So if that's the version that you've played, then yeah, it's included as part of that. But in the original version, oh gee, I thought we were talking about the remake. Yeah, no, I'm playing the original. But Lucas was downloading it to play through it to review on his channel, Game Over Hell, which you should go check out. It's really good. And we had like this whole thing where like I was trying to help him out with like obtaining the DLC, and there just wasn't any way to do it, which is weird because it's definitely available in the US. The black sickness stains the future. They journey to return to soulless vessels. Yep. Oh god, platforming. I think I'm all good, yeah. But yeah, in the World of the Recycled Vessel, you play as the opposite version of NieR from like the version of the game that you're playing. So in Replicant, you play as Dad NieR for World of the Recycled Vessel. And in Gestalt, you play as Bro NieR. Which is kind of neat. This is the DLC? Yeah, Lucas. We were just talking about all the trouble you went through trying to get it. Ow! Fuck. Shit. Alright, I'm okay. Die. Die. Oh! Please consider dying. Thank you. Yeah, and still not able to. Yeah, it's fucking weird. You obtain the outfit Kabuki. You can change outfits from the options in the title screen. We did it. We earned 1,000 experience points. I got 3 medicinal herbs. Sorry, I was AFK dealing with my sickness. I understand. I'm sorry that you had to get up, get down, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. I earned herbs. The apocalypse divided the world in two. One that knows not day, and one which has never seen the night. Oh, beans! Following actions are prohibited in this room. Protected turtle. So we can't block, which is fine. We got 5 medicinal herbs from that. Hope the madness given to you subsides. The madness that's been given to me so far, or I know you're talking about Lucas, but the madness for the fucking chicken fingers. Give me a second. Black and white, 13 packs. The vessel's forms waver as they cross time and space. Okay. Oh shit. Rude ass. Being given a lot of medicinal herbs. So probably focus on using those for healing. Ow, fuck. Ow, fuck. Will this work? The answer is no. Alright. Well, I'll experience it in Replicant. It's really good in Replicant. Replicant does the really nice thing of being like, yeah, you really shouldn't do this until you're on Route B, so we're not gonna let you access it until Route B. It's just like, thank you for this restriction. I would not be able to to prevent myself from doing it otherwise. Like, there were times during this where, like, I was on Route A and I was thinking, like, I could probably take the World of the Recycled Vessel right now. And I was just like, wait, no, I really shouldn't do that. Thank you, weird Japanese man using a funny mask. Which one? I tried playing a bit of it in Route A. It was not fun. It's really difficult in Route A. Ooh, some herb, titanium alloy. Ooh, we got titanium alloy. Excuse me. Ah! Woohoo! Get wrecked, idiot. You can sort of see that, like, basically the difficulty ramps up with each door you go through. Never eat the supermarket sushi is the lesson I learned this New Year's Eve. Oh no. It seems we have been shut in. Oh, titanium alloy! Yes! Ow, fuck. Whoop. Don't do that. I'm sorry you got that bad sush. I'm sorry you got them bad sush tummy trubs. That's rough. Seems we have been shut in. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ooh, we need... Ow. Oh. Woohoo! Close one. What if you just level up a lot still in Route A? I mean, I guess then you should be fine. You gotta... I think you have to be at... Generally, I think you want to be at least level 25 in order to take on the first door. I'm pretty sure. So, like, if you manage to grind to the point that you hit level 25, then, like, by all fucking means. But, like, recommendation is that, like, just by going through Route A and, like, doing side quests and stuff like that. You, me, gas station, what are we getting for dinner? Sushi, of course. Oh, Because I'm level 28 so far. So yeah, you could probably do the first door without too much trouble, honestly. Just as an example, since I know you can't do that right now because you're playing Gestalt and you don't have access to the DLC. Oh my god. Fucking magic shooting assholes. Oh god. Oh shit. Ow. No, you do. Stop it. Stop it. Okay. Never bought gas station food because I'm pretty sure in Brazil it's very spotty, unless it's stuff like chips. I've gotten gas station hot dogs here before. I've been warned against it because it's just like because I've been told that they just have them rotating on the heater like for a good chunk of the day, but like I'm fairly certain they probably rotate those out. And also they're like $1 and change, so it's like something cheap to eat in case I need it. Song of Man has been drowned out. In its place, the scream of something inhuman. Oh god. Robots! Not robots that give you anything, which is a little disappointing. Just because I would really, really appreciate some materials, you know? Not robots. I bought a bunch of snacks during my New Year's groceries. Unable to open anything at all. Wow. I ate once in one of those and got some nasty intestinal infection. Ugh. That is going to expire before I'm healed, but still. I don't have any fun tummy trouble stories to share. I'm sorry. Natalie's got a cold right now, though. The poor thing. Oh. Ugh. Damn. Whew. Shit. Damn, that got all of them. Awesome. Pop one of these. Yes, we got Fool's Lament. Sky falls with the dragon. The world ends this day. Fool's Lament is the big one that we wanted. Because Fool's Lament is the one that if we fully upgrade it, is 999 attack power. Hold up. Hold on, I gotta catch up with chat. Yeah, it's flat out food poisoning that I got. Started taking medicine today. Everyone is sick everywhere right now. Geez, even I'm down with it. It's pretty bad. In my opinion, stomach-related diseases are the worst ones. It's bad because there are so few things that are safe to eat in the meantime that I get weak. Every Drakengard reference makes me happy. I remember when I got mine, the only thing I could put inside my body was water and bread. If I came closer to anything else, I would literally explode. Disgusting. Also, I'm sorry that you had to deal with that. Yeah, the DLC is ripe with Drakengard references. Like, even, like, the weapons that you get, especially once you get to, the Replicant remake, where they've actually got, like, the weapon stories on hand. It's just, like, the weapon stories are all Drakengard references. Like, I think the one-handed sword specifically talks about, like, Kaim's life. Ow. Shut up. Oh god, another one. Nope. Nope. Nope, we're stun locking you. You don't get to stand up. Stay down. Holding out for Drakengard 4. Don't make me hope. One day, it'll be bundled with Space Channel Part 5, Part 3. Drakengard played more like Dynasty Warriors. I totally grind all weapons in it. If Drakengard played more like a video game... I would definitely... I think I would stream the Drakengard games if they got, like, a functional remaster. You know, one that irons out all of, like, the really serious kinks. Because, ooh, golly. I do have Drakengard 3 on PS3. That, like, I occasionally think, should I stream this? And I'm just like, I remember one of the partner characters, I'm just like, maybe not. I remember any of the partner characters, honestly. The puppet priest collects the accursed prayers and polishes the vessel. Oh god, this is the fucking rail shooter. I forgot about this one. Not a fan of listening to the old guy with the massive dong again. Yeah. And then there's the guy who's just like... Who's just like, oh no, don't punish me. I definitely won't enjoy it. If you were to stream Dragon Guard 1 or 2, would it be better to hook it up to a capture card or just use an emulator? Well, I would have to consider how much those games probably cost to, like, buy physical copies of. Which is likely more than I'm willing to pay. So it's hard to say. Shit. No, hold up. I need to get that guy. Gotta get that guy. Damn, he's too far away. I hope that's not a fail if I don't get that guy. What's over here? Oh, it's a boar. Like, I feel like I remember, like, Drakengard 3 already being kind of, like, spency for me to, like, grab to begin with. Oh, this guy. Hold up. So, I can't imagine, like, what 1 and 2, what kind of price point 1 and 2 would command. NieR's crossbow training. God, yeah, huh? Got him. I forget what it was that I was listening to that, like, it was, I think it was a podcast that Natalie was listening to where they were complaining about, like, restaurants that do, like, house sauces and, like, not being upfront about exactly what is in the sauce. Like, you can just, like, just tell people. Just tell people what's in your fucking sauce, you know? Oh. Oh, do I get that guy? Do I got that guy? Nope. Don't got that guy. Name the outfit Samurai. Nice. Maybe they think they're protecting themselves from competition copying the recipe. Maybe. Well, most of the time it's just like something mixed with mayonnaise, something mixed with horseradish. Like, there's not anything like fucking groundbreaking. What level are we at? 31? I'll get to 35 and then come back. I've got the two-handed sword I wanted. My word! Something wrong? I feel as if I've just awoken from a most unpleasant dream. That happens to me whenever I read this. Way upon. Fool's Lament. What time is it? 9 o'clock? I could stop now. We've been going for nearly 3.5 hours. Let's go talk to Devil and Popola at least. Get the first ooting to the Lost Shrine going here.
Hey.
Hi. I kind of thought you'd never talk to us again. This is bigger than you or Popola. It's about the whole damn village. I know, but regardless, you should go talk to Popola. I think she wanted to discuss the Shadow Lord with you. I can do that. Oh, and also... Yeah? Sorry about yesterday. I kind of flew off the handle. No, you didn't. Besides, it was our fault in the first place. Let Emil and Kaine know that we're sorry, alright? I'll do that. It's like the McDonald's secret sauce. It's basically ketchup mixed with stuff. I forget the exact ingredients, but it's nothing special. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. I hate seeing a sauce name and being like, the only way for me to know if I like this is going to be if I try it. But it's like, also, it's not like... You know how sometimes in like fiction, like it's something that I see often in like kids shows because it's like it's a funny bit. Where it's just like somebody will be eating something and they'll be like, oh, this is really good. What's in it? And then the person who made it tells them what the ingredients are. And they're just like, oh, I'm suddenly sick and I hate this. And it's just like, I don't know that that necessarily happens in real life. Like, I'm generally willing to try most things at least once, you know? Popola. Oh, hello. Look, I want to apologize for Stop. Don't you dare. You had every right to be upset. I understand why you did what you did, even if I don't agree. You're just trying to protect the villagers. It's not your fault. Well, I still feel terrible. Just so you know. Ahem. I believe there was something you wished to discuss with us. Oh, right. Yes, about that. You know the Lost Shrine, right? The temple where I was first discovered. That's it. And it seems that the Shadow Lord's lair is connected to it somehow. Oh, it was right under our pages the whole time. But the entrance is sealed off, and the bridge that leads us there. So take a boat. A boat? Yes, the trade waterway's been repaired. We've been using it a lot recently. With all the shades running around, it's safer trying to cross the plains. There's a landing point near the path to the Lost Shrine's back entrance. I let the ferryman know about you. He'll take you wherever you need to go without charge. That should make it easier for you to move from town to town. Thanks, Popola. I feel like you've done so much for me. I can't believe I was such an ass to you earlier. I told you not to worry about it, so don't. Alright, I'll see you around. Yeah, and for the love of everything, be careful. Excuse me. So we're going to go ahead and save and call it here for the night. I am definitely in a mood to play more game, but I do know that I have stuff that I need to take care of, especially for tomorrow's stream. I got to do some thumbnail editing, but thank you for coming by. I hope you had a good one. I know I did. If you enjoyed this stream, the path above the entrance to the shopping district should take me to the boat landing. If you enjoyed this stream, the path above the entrance to the shopping district should take you to the boat landing. You can subscribe here on Twitch. We have special emotes for subscribers. You can follow me on Twitter, Tumblr, and co-host at AcidXShark. That's AcidXShark for to keep up with future streams. Or you can follow me on YouTube at AcidXShark, where I post all the streams after they happen. Thumbnail art and VTuber art are all done by Audrey and B of Team Catpool. You can find on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Tumblr, and co-host at Team Catpool. That's TEAMCATPLE. They do fantastic work. Highly recommend commissioning them. if you want to commission them, use their commission form. Don't email them. They'll email you. Don't DM them. If you do DM them, don't be weird. Do not be weird to my friends. We will make fun of you on stream. Upcoming streams. Tomorrow, Final Fantasy XIV. We're going to be starting off by doing the New Year's event before continuing with the Heavensward story. Friday, we will not be streaming. I've got a previous engagement. I'm going out to dinner with my wife and mother-in-law at a Mediterranean place nearby that me and Natalie have eaten at before, and it's really good. And then Saturday, I think we're going to be finishing up Separate Ways. Like, I'm pretty sure we're far enough in Separate Ways that we will be done after the next stream. And we'll be back next Wednesday for more NieR. And continuing down Route B. Routes B and C should be relatively expedient. The only thing that's really going to kind of keep us from, like, really booking it to the end is potentially needing to do that last door for the World of the Recycled Vessel. But we've done all of the, you know, the things. What are they fucking called? The, excuse me. We have done all of the side quests that I really want to do, so, you know, more or less nothing stopping us. Yeah. Hi, Mitty. Ooh, she clambering. So it should be a lot quicker, considering that we won't need to, like, run around doing side quests and stuff, and especially once we get the Fool's Lament upgraded to the point that we have the 999 attack power, we're just going to tear through shit at this point. Let me see, do I know anybody streaming right now? Let me take a look. That's my YouTube channel. Nope, not really. All right. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, and I'll see y'all next time on the Shark stream. Same Shark time, same Shark channel. Take care, everybody.